Alright, LC heads, it is time. We are talking about Ascended Roland. So, Roland ascends as a pure damage DPS character. So, that's cool because, you know, in his other form, and a lot of the Emperors and, you know, heroes like that in this game, they have like a support element to them. They have like a charisma. Matter of fact, I think Roland was the first hero in this game to have a charisma. I don't know. It's been a while. Yeah, I don't know. But for whatever reason, I want to say that that might be right. Either way, and he also came with like a healing spell, so he could give some buff and a little bit of support and still do some damage. But now, that is not the case. So he's awesome. He is absolutely a dark brick house. He's got a really high defense too. Like, it is surprising. His abilities are gnarly. The S1 is a spam movement, so it's going to get him into combat. At the end of his combo, he's also going to throw an enemy up into the air, so that's nice to have. Right. The S2 is a ranged attack, his dragon beam. Except now it is a dark dragon beam, so that's cool. He has a ranged attack. He can literally just blast the shit out of you from across the screen. And then the S3 is a damage all around him mega nuke. So you're going to want to use the S1 to get him in the combat and then drop the S3. Or if you want to do some damage from a distance without maybe taking damage in return, you can just spam the S2. And the special, well, we're going to look at that because it is pretty damn awesome. You get to see Roland in all anime form at the very end of his special. It does show him standing there looking all wicked animated with the armor. Sprite looks great. They did a solid job on him. The traits: Hero of the Depths. When equipped with only one weapon and using a skill, chance to give unit a Demon Plate buff for 5 seconds. This is absolutely awesome. This Demon Plate buff is like apple pie drip. That's the best way I can describe it. On boss wave, always give first skill used a Demon Plate buff. So, you know, on the boss wave, it's even easier to activate this right off rip. And the Demon Plate buff gives you SCT recovery speed plus 400%. So all of your kit charges super fast. Your crit rate is plus 100%. You're always critting, and a lot of this character's damage is tied into crit, which is awesome. Like that instant strike ability, he's got something like that where it's 100% more damage and some crazy more damage cap when you crit, or a chance to proc when you crit. So he's going to crit all the time. And when attacking, nullify enemy evasion. You can't dodge from this, so that's gnarly. And skill damage 50%. Damage cap, what is that? 50,000. So that is very nice. Just the top trait is awesome, right? Very solid, strong stuff. That Demon Plate buff has a decent chance to activate, especially when you're going through your S1s, S2s, S3s. That thing's going to proc a bunch of times, and all of your kit's going to charge. Very awesome. And then we have Demonesque Imperator. Yeah, okay. Sorry. Shaking the screen in front of my face. Getting all excited about this. Dark damage plus 40%. Damage cap 75,000 more. And when taking lethal damage, survive and very greatly restore hit points. And remove all strength, defense, intelligence, and mind debuffs. That's very useful for when a boss is trying to keep you down so you can't really hurt him. And once per wave, excluding some debuffs. When using a skill, can't be interrupted by most attacks. There it is. And that's very nice, period. Just whenever you're using a skill, you can't be interrupted. Physical / magic / counter damage taken minus 50%. That is a huge slice of damage taken off of you. That's all just very straightforward and very powerful. And then we start getting into some of his stuff. When I first saw his one magic that he has here, what's this called? Anti-physic arts. I thought this was going to be like a charisma thing ability. Then that I saw that it had an actual MP cost. Most charismas cost 0. And this is use 50% of your hit points to restore one incapacitated ally. You're like, what? What is going on here? That's not that great. Actually, it kind of is. Roland is really tanky. He shrugs off a lot of damage. And he gets to come back to life pretty much a couple of times. And this gives him a way to bring your healer back. This is like, an emergency last, your last chance thing going on here. He can bring your healer back to life with this for the cost of half his health, and then your healer can go to town, heal him, bring the rest of the team back. It gives you that option on a unit like him, and I've already almost had to use this thing a couple of times, so it can be kind of useful, but you're not going to be using this all the time. Aside from that, we got hit point up max, attack up max, resolve up, heroism up 2, and heroism up max. I love these up max abilities when they're grouping in like 3 stats at a time. We got Proud Force, Divinity Buster. This is nice. Give physical, attack, special, counter, and anti-god, dragon, spirit, undead type. So here's 4 slayers built in, and it is the big 4, right? Auto X Brave. This is nice. Continuous X Brave effect. That's a huge. That's like 50%, I think. It's pretty huge. Auto High Protection. I think that's like 35%. Auto Haste, of course. Shadow Armor 2. Very nice to have. Pride 2. Max hit point strength 30%. That's a nice boost. And then we have all the Dark Drive, Dark Giga Drive, Dark Drive Breakthrough 3. Dark Physical Special Attack Damage 5k, or cap 5k when equipped with only one weapon, 10k instead. And then Dark Attack Raise 5. 30% more damage and another 10,000 to the cap. We have Elemental Shield. This is so nice to have for free. Just all 4 of those attributes minus 10% to that damage. That's nice. It's not a cheap ability either. Hose of Glory, more SCT, and then Royal Feast. Battle ends, fully restore all skills SCT, and greatly recover hit points. This is going to be nice for tower. It's going to be nice for a lot of things. So that's nice. Usually people spend a lot of SC to bring Pirate's Feast. I think it's like a 9 SC ability. He's got something better than that built in, so that's cool. Blessed Speed. That is actually an expensive ability for what it is. It's nice to have it for free. And then we have Favorite Sword Form 2. Yeah. When equipped with only one weapon, physical attack damage 30%. And another 30,000 to damage cap. That's nice. Here's where it gets really nice. The instant strike. Physical attack crits have a chance for damage 150%. And damage cap another 100,000. And remember, this guy's going to crit a lot. That Demon Plate buff gives him a plus 100% to his crit rate. And that thing tends to always be going off. Two-handed sword. When only equipped with one weapon, one sword, physical attack damage 20%, crit rate plus 10%, so that's nice. There's another 10% into the crit written into this one, and physical attack damage cap another 5k. That's funny, I almost overlooked the 10% crit increase to that. That's really nice. And then we have the two-handed sword boost 2, 20% damage, and damage cap another 6k. And then what is this boost for? 30% more damage, and damage cap another 12k. Yeah, that's real nice, right? He's super handy with that sword. Armor Giga Boost, right? Defense 20%, damage taken minus 10%, and damage from bosses minus 15%. That ain't no joke. That's nice. Special Boost 3, okay, we'll take it. His special's hitting for, almost 200,000 damage. And then we have his, enhanced abilities down here. Oh wait, we haven't even got there yet. We haven't even got there yet, right? We have Mega Sharp Eyes. Attack skills use 3% of max MP for damage 50% and damage cap 5k. Yes, this will stack with Sharp Eyes. So you can take Sharp Eyes and drain even more of your mana. And I think Sharp Eyes will add 30% more to this. Or it might be 50, but without the damage cap. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look at Sharp Eyes again. Either way, this will stack with it. That's super nice. It gives him something to do with his MP and to turn it into all pure damage. And lots of it too. Archangel's Blessing. This is not cheap. When taking lethal damage, use 50 MP to survive and greatly recover hit points. And that's twice per wave. So this is 2 revives. 2 revives built into him right here. Before you add anything else to him. This is why he has a chance to actually survive and sacrifice half of his health to bring a healer back to life, like I was talking about in the very beginning of the vid. This, along with his, 5,000 defense or armor, yeah, he's got a pretty good chance of surviving some shit. So, and then we have Demon Battlefront, whatever that is, nullify cut, strength, intelligence debuffs from active skills, excluding some debuffs. Chance to nullify crit attacks onto unit. So you can just cut out critical damage being done to you. That last part right there about the crit, that's really, really nice. And then we have Retribution. When equipped with only one weapon, boost dark damage cap against enemies weak to dark. And one of his paid gears gives everything you fight. He throws a minus 20% dark debuff. So this is cool. The more dark resist is broken, the more damage you're doing. If you can get your enemy to minus 50% resistance, you're getting 1,000% for each one resistance below 0. So that's going to help your damage. That's awesome to have. He scales more off of a dark weakness than other dark heroes too. That's what that translates into. Demonophony, when equipped with only one weapon, crit damage cap 20,000 more and recovers skill SCT stock by 1 at the start of battle. So that's nice. He's automatically going to start with more stuff to throw instantly. What is that one ability? Instant something where it lets you start with something. That's like built into this, and that thing is like 6 SC by itself. And then we have the Transcend abilities, right? The Transcend special boost, special 30%, damage cap 5k more. That's okay, but here's one. Damage taken minus 15%. Magic damage taken minus 15%. So physical, magic, minus 15, shaved off of both of those. Transcend Sword Mastery 2. Sword equipped, physical attack damage 20%, damage cap 7,500, and when you're single wielding, it's 15,000 more to the damage cap. So for him, he's getting 20% damage and 15,000 more to the damage cap. That's really nice. And we have the Transcend Armor. Armor equipped, defense 50%, and damage taken minus 10%. That's, that damage taken is actually really nice because that doesn't say physical or magic damage. That's just 10% damage. So along with these other two, you're getting 25% damage reduction to physical and 25 to magic. And then we have Dark Weapon Breakthrough, or Weak Point. When hitting an attribute weakness with Dark, damage cap 5k, and when equipped with only one weapon, damage cap 10k instead. And then we have Abyss Force. Won't faint from enemy attacks. Max skill stock for all skills plus 1. That's like a 10 SC ability or something close to that. Might even be more. And then boss wave starts, fully restores special gauge. So on the boss wave, your special's automatically full. Really good stuff. A lot of these have like secondary things that are written in at the end, like this max stock for your skills plus 1, that are just really, really good and expensive things as far as SC is concerned. So he's got a lot of good stuff written in here. Really gnarly, right? total powerhouse. What else can I say? Like, he's going to run in a dark team with anybody else that just has charismas, and he's going to be a monster. I've been slaying some bosses with him. He's not fully built on my account, but either way, he's still been killing it. Let's look at the gear. His gear... Oh, we might as well look at mine. We'll look at his arc. We might as well do the whole rundown. Okay, if this would work. Thank you. Here is mine. Still work in progress. But I do have the Dark Zelbus Blade. This is one of them. 331 Strength. Dark Attribute. When equipped with only one weapon, Dark damage 30% and damage cap 5,000. And when the Demon Plate buff activates, Strength another 10% and skill damage cap 10,000. That's really nice. Because again, that Demon Plate buff activates all the time. And then here is... I can't look at it through there. Here's his armor. Zalfazah. 500 hit points, 30 MP, 300 defense, and 128 mind. Of course, pretty good. We're also getting some light attribute, 10%, and we're getting resistance to poison. That's nice. Skill special damage cap 5,000. That's nice. And damage taken minus 15%. That's just universal 15%. Really nice. And battle start, give all enemies a dark resistance minus 20 debuff. This is going to be so nice for guild versus guild. Your enemy team, all of them just start off with minus 20 resistance to dark. So yeah, that's cool. I mean, that's great for a boss. That's great for anything. I like that. Makes him much better, right? Now there are other armors and weapons, so don't stress over that, but it does have some pretty decent stuff on it, right? Yeah, that's him. He is a powerhouse. So let's go just slay an ogre with him real quick. Oh yeah, I might as well show you guys like whatever rune I have. So here, we'll do something different for the 6-year anniversary. And I'm actually, you know, I'm going to have to move my little testing area. Okay, I think the ogre's just not going to be cutting it anymore. The game's moved on. This was a pretty decent level. I mean, we'll see. The ogre and them all have a high resistance to dark, I do believe. But I still think he's just going to smash through this like nothing. Right? Oh. Just take a look at my hero real quick. Got nothing to throw. So mine's sitting right now at 8731 strength, 3351 defense, 1311 intelligence, and the mind is 1544. But he has a lot of damage percents up. We have the core stone accessory, dark damage cap another 2000. Let's see. We have the compass on him. That's just going to give me strength 5% and some SC3 charge. And we have a Jala crest. Wait a minute. What is going on here? Oh, it's going to show me a Jala crest for each different ability the crest has on it. Sorry, I'm just not used to seeing that. This is the first time I'm actually looking at it through the screen. This isn't two crests. This is one crest, and they have these two abilities. Yeah, I think. So, either way, that's his gear. Pretty much here's what I got on him. I just have a bunch of dark damage up stuff, right? I started from the bottom, and I did get... Oh yeah, whoops, I went too far. Either way, this is what mine's looking like right now. We can look at him later. Let's just see how we do here. We have an S2. We're going to call that... Oh yeah, no, this is a done deal. These things only have 30%... Oh shit, the ogre even died. That's funny. Okay. And this one just kind of just wasn't in the way, I guess, and didn't get hit by the S2. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to go somewhere else. I thought I was actually going to be able to... That's crazy. And this is the strongest element these things are against. So, wow. He cut through here like he was doing light damage. Yeah, no, we're going to have to go to the new map, folks. We are going to have to move this. Damn, that is crazy. Another reason why, we're going to have to move this is because now that we're getting crests and now that you can pretty much add 40 SC to a hero, that we have just completely outgrown that training area. So we're going to go to the new map. You know what? Did I run that on hard? Did I? Hold on a second. I'm kind of wondering now, because that was so freaking easy, there's no way. Did I misclick? Right, were we on hard? Hold on. We'll find out real quick. Because, man, that just felt way too easy, even for that. I didn't think he'd be hitting close to 100 grand when, especially that ogre just dying in one hit like that. Okay, yeah, no, that shit was real. That S2 just clears everybody here. Okay, I guess we were here on the higher difficulty. Yeah, he's just that powerful. And I do not have him fully unlocked yet. I only have one of the FFS ability slots open, so I'm shaving 7 SC off of him. And I have an SR crest on him that I haven't even rolled on the abilities for, so it's just that crest is only giving me 100 strength and 50 defense. I haven't even rolled for a good damage ability or something on it. So yeah, no, he's just way too OP to even take in there. By the way, we could click on this Lich thing and that would just instantly kill us. But hold on. Was it in Pandemonium? I could have sworn it was... Where was one of these bonus challenges? Oh, was it the Eater of Darkness? We'll try this one real quick. It was one of these where there was a big-ass ant thing that was really tanky and stuff, and I was like, you know what? That would make a good level. That would make a good punching bag. Is probably on wave 2. Oh, look at that, yeah. Yeah, no, we're still smashing through stuff. Oh no, this isn't it. Sorry folks, false alarm. We'll just smash through that real quick. Yeah, it's the level above it. My bad, my bad. And we gotta get to something that will, at least has some meat on its bones, right? Yeah, see, I didn't get one of these here. Nobody dies. I didn't get this on purpose, right? So I could remember which level it was. Yeah, that's why. I still have a thing to unlock there. Yeah, the music sounds right. Oh no, it's this guy. Okay. Well, we'll try our luck here. I think we can still whoop this fool's ass. Still hitting for our 300,000. Alright, here is his special. And after he does all the damage, you get to see him all anime. 150k damage. There he is. Badass. Awesome. I'm so glad they animated him like that. He just looks wicked, in my opinion. Sorry, dark damage just is not going to do us in like that, bro. No Dragon Slayer here, by the way. Oh, wait. He has an innate Dragon Slayer Yeah, because he has like Divinity Slayer, right? Yeah, so Dragon was one of the 4 Slayers that he had. So of course he is just gonna be the shit here. Okay, yeah, that was way too easy. By the way, this is a great scene in LC. I highly suggest you play through it. Where this big ass dragon just shows up. Okay. So yeah, it's nice. He can hit for 400,000 when that ability kicks in. That has a percent chance of proccing. Was it Enduro? No, it wasn't the Eternal Clock. Was it Pandemonium? Actually, it might have been some kind of like bonus level. Oh no, that's gonna kill me now. That is going to kill me now. Where was that thing? Am I getting turned around here? I think it was a bonus quest, but I was kind of hoping I could run it over and over again. I could have sworn it was over here somewhere. Is this it? That looks like a bonus. Let's see. Nope, I don't think this is it. Oh, we're only hitting for 150,000 here, though. Just gonna take this turtle right out. Bam! Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, there is still like 32 SC I can shave off of this hero. And hopefully get a UR crest to give him another like 200 strength. I think another 50 defense. And actually roll abilities for him. And then roll the stat values of those abilities. So this hero can be powered up so much more now. It is crazy. I could have sworn there was a bonus quest here somewhere with a big ass ant. Just look at him go. Yeah, and notice how fast his skill kit charges on its own from him, like drip feeding the apple pie. It is just stupid. So once you apple pie this hero and have another hero actually use apple pie on him, his kit will start charging while he's using it. So, you might use an S1 and an S2, and that Demon Plate ability will kick in, and those will recharge before you can even make it to your S3. So he holds on to a kit for much, much, much longer. That's great for sustained damage. And he can also still just burst out a shit ton of damage. We can try... Yeah, I know against Divine Punishment and Demon Lord, that's... Oh, there was a dragon here. Yeah, awaiting the throne. The dragon, it's in red. He's pretty gnarly. Oh man, don't tell me those bonus levels go away. Because one of them was a good fight, I could have sworn. Oh well, we got a dragon here in front of us. We'll blast him with our dragon for 300k. Get up in there. Look at that, another S1's charged already. We're hitting for 187,000. Yeah, though. And this is solo without a team, right? We're at 9216 strength. Another thing I have going for me is I think I gave him the full, is it called full vampire? As the fight goes on, he's going to do more damage and damage cap off of that, and that can get pretty substantial. I am taking a mind cut to that. I think I get mind like minus 20%, so my mind's a 1544. So yeah, magic can hurt him. But damn, look at this. Oh, there's a 435,000. Like, it's so nice to see almost 500,000 damage counter pop up. Like, that's just cool. Yeah, before this we were in like the 2 somethings, so yeah, big step up. Powerful hero. He's gonna be the main damager, right? I mean, just running him in a team with not Prince, but King Bradley. Yo, King Bradley has a nice dark hero charisma. That's gonna add a nice bonus to Roland here. And then what's his name? The other dark. What is that? F-Zero? What collab was that? Where we have like the. It was Gundam. Yeah, that's Gundam. Duh. Okay. Yeah, one of the Gundam heroes, like the Dark Gundam, with its charisma and everything. Roland would be great in that team. And then you would get one of the cheesiest abilities in the game to spam on top of being in a party with Roland. Right? That Dark Gundam literally gets to just freeze time and just dump its whole kit. It's pretty ridiculous. So just some of the combos, like I just personally think we have some interesting dark damage heroes in this game, right? And Roland's gonna fit into all of that, and he's just gonna be gnarly as hell. And now we get to work on those heroes and try to catch them up. So 6th year anniversary. Here, let's finish this off by getting killed. Let's This is the new world boss that's just roaming around a giant desert of death. Right? And we're going to get killed here, but that's perfectly okay, folks, cuz we still have 40 SC to shave off this hero. So, here's a good way to go out. Roland is not invincible. Oh shit, look at our health already. Look at our health already. Damn. Damn, son. Like, I don't even think the thing hit us yet. How do we take the damage? Like, we're hitting for 25 damage instead of hundreds of thousand. How did we even get our health so low? Yeah, our strength's down to 5,336. We instantly have a cut movement speed, cut strength, cut intelligence, cut mind. I think the cut movement speed is one of the abilities that I have. But holy shit. This guy hits everybody with like a 50% strength and intelligence break and a mind break as soon as the fight starts. And we do know Roland is weaker to magic damage. So yeah, that fireball is absolutely going to shred us. So yeah, plenty of room for growth, right? Very powerful hero. And this is a boss that you're going to want to bring a whole team to, obviously. I actually think there's a parchment that you can buy at one of these towns, and it says that it gives you pretty much information on a boss. And I think that might be the boss that it probably helps you fight. Yeah, that guy's pretty gnarly. And just another cool thing that they've added to the game. So he can always be found around here, just, you know, roaming around in his big cloud of death. Anyway, that's Roland. 6-year anniversary. Huge power boost to the game. So yeah, come on down to LC. And oh yeah, we did not look at the arc. There we go. There we go. There's one thing I don't want to forget. We might as well cover everything. We looked at his paid gear. Whichever one is better, that is up to you. they're both powerful. Here is the arc, right? And I was lucky enough to pull this literally a few pulls after I pulled Roland. So, yeah, we are looking at an arc that only has an arc trait. It does not actually have a usable skill. But to be fair, the arc trait is when equipped with only one weapon, all attribute physical attack damage plus 40%. Damage cap 7,500. Damage cap to demonic types 7,500. So, 15,000 more to your damage cap if you're fighting beasts, creatures, undead, and spirit. So those are the demonic types. That's 4 types grouped into one. That is like a... what is it called? It's not just a Slayer anymore. It's 4 Slayers bunched up. I think it's like a Brute Slayer type thing. Either way, it's awesome because you're getting 4 different types here. Battle start, give all enemies a physical attack damage minus 20% debuff. That's pretty good, especially for like guild versus guild. The whole enemy team now does 20% less damage. And this nullifies defense piercing effects from enemy attacks. That does make you fairly tankier. That negates like a 6 or 7 SC ability, right? And then there's this whole matter of just having all attribute physical attack damage 40%. So it doesn't matter what attribute you're using. This is an arc that you can put on almost any attribute hero, and they're gonna get that 40%. They're gonna get those damage caps. So it's got a really good universal damage dealing arc trait on it, right? No ability to throw, but this is 40% more to everyone's damage, right? So it's got that going for it, and that's awesome. We have some abilities to learn here. Knight, Mindset, Sword, we got that. Dark Drive, Breakthrough. Dark physical special damage cap 1,500, and when only one weapon, it's 3,000 instead. So there's 4 SC for 3,000 more damage cap to a double-hander. We have Soldier Shield 2. This could be fairly nasty in guild versus guild. This is damage from soldier types minus 20%. So some heroes are really going to be able to increase their survivability. That is nice to have. And we have Demon Judge Wedge. Battle start, give all enemies an all attribute resistance minus 10 debuff and a chance to give silence. Could be pretty good in guild versus guild. I have to check to see if this is like its own debuff and the minus 10% will stack with other minus 10%, like, Roland's armor gives minus 20%. I don't know if they stack. I still need to check all that, but if this does stack with all the other stuff we got in the game, that is effing awesome and definitely worth at least one of the heroes in a dark party to take. We have Shadow Armor 2. Alright, this is Shadow Wall 2 effect that can come in clutch depending on what you're doing. And the big one, the creme de la effing creme. 2-handed sword boost, tres, amigo. 3, that's right. When only weapon equipped is one sword, physical attack and special damage 30%, and damage cap 9,000 more. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of heroes that would like to grip this. Pretty much every single double hand hero in the game right now can use this, right? So yeah, it's 18 SC, but remember, one of those FFS slot things, the very bottom one that you unlock will let you take an ability that costs up to 20 SC for free. So this is, an ability that you could make for free on your hero once the hero is fully unlocked. And this would just be like the cherry on top, right? So very cool. And then what is the Arc-Ether reward? The God's Wedge Ratlim. Whatever the hell that is. It's an accessory. Crit rate plus 3%. Roland does like that, I guess. And damage cap against bosses 2,000. It's got 500 hit points, 125 strength, and 62 intelligence. This is good. This is good boss slaying equipment. 125 strength and the more damage cap to bosses. You're also getting some attribute resistance 5 to lightning, and 5 to dark. And the stun resist, the alignment stun resist is actually very nice. This has good alignment, decent attribute, great attack stat, and a decent, crit rate. No one's gonna not want that, right? And damage cap to boss is always nice. Good item, great learnable skills, awesome arc trait. This thing is solid. It does not have an arc ability to use, but it just doesn't need it. Now the 40% damage and all the other stuff that you're getting on this, that's applicable to everyone, unless you're doing no attribute damage, right? That's pretty much it, right? So yeah, solid thing, goes really well with Roland. He's obviously dark attribute, so he banks off of this. That's how I've been running him, and I think that's it. We have covered everything. We will end with a friend gotcha summon. Ooh, look what we got. Damn, wasn't that a great pull? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed. I'm sure some of you have made your way back to Last Claudia for this awesome celebration of ours. I've already talked to a few either new players or players that have come back just for this. I think it's a great time, and the refresh on LC has been wicked for the 6-year anniversary. Leave me a comment, help the algorithm, and I will see you on the flip side. If I missed anything, please let us know, share with the class, and I'll talk to you there.